evening. But up next, the retirement of Bert Blyleven's number 28. Let's head onto the field for the special ceremony.
Welcome to Bert Blyleven Day at Target Field. Please welcome the Chief Executive Officer of the Minnesota Twins, Jim Polat, Twins President Dave St. Peter, and the Chairman of the Executive Board, Jerry Bell. And now, folks, please welcome tonight's Masters of Ceremony, the Twins' voices on radio and TV, John Gordon and Dick Bramer.
Thank you. Baseball is a numbers game. Batting and pitching, home runs and strikeouts, stolen bases and fielding, all measured numerically. Numbers have a home in baseball, and there are numbers in the game that will always be a part of the game. Some numbers, however, become so cherished that they find a special home. The numbers that represent the men who played the game. Baseball was the first to retire those numbers. Baseball was, in fact, the first to take the number representing the most important player of the last century and put that number on a pedestal for the ages.
Good evening, everybody. 5 times prior to this evening, the Twins have honored their greatest players by permanently removing their numbers from the field of play so they can be displayed as symbols of baseball immortality. The Twins dedicated the facade on the second deck and left field to the numbers that represent these legendary players. We mentioned number 42. It was retired throughout the major leagues in 1997 to honor the legacy of Jackie Robinson, not only one of the greatest athletes ever, but Jackie Robinson, the most important and instrumental figure in our game and our country's history.
Now the retired numbers. Number 34. 1 year after injuries forced his brilliant career to end prematurely, Kirby Puckett and his unforgettable smile watched his jersey number sent to the rafters in 1997.
Number 3. It was the first Twins number to be retired, and it was done while he was still in the game. Harmon Killebrew had his jersey retired in 1975. That's when Harmon came back to the old Met as a member of the Kansas City Royals. While Harmon's number 3 has always been revered by Twins fans, in this, the summer of his passing, Harmon has reemerged as a symbol of everything that is good for the sport of baseball and great with the Minnesota Twins.
Number 14, the legend from Lake Country, the hometown kid from Bloomington, the ball player that represented the upper Midwest through this work ethic and fun-loving attitude and helped bring a pair of championships in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, the man whose number 14 was retired in 1995, Kent Hrbek.
Number 6, one of the most feared hitters in the game in his 50 years of playing. A guy who left his home in Cuba and has never departed from Twins territory. A Rookie of the Year, a batting champion, a Gold Glover, and the greatest ambassador the team has ever known. His number 6 was retired in 1991. The one and only Tony Oliva.
Number 29, one of the purest hitters to ever put a bat in his hand. 7 times a batting champion. 15 consecutive seasons his average was over 300. and he could change the game in so many ways. In one season, he stole home 7 times. Inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1991. His Twins number 29 was retired in 1987. Please welcome Rod Carew. And tonight, another number will hang from the facade. The number worn by the likes of Max Scarce, Marcus Jensen, Al Williams, Sandy Valdespino, Chris Latham, and Jack Crescent. But their number was also worn by the legend who was born in the Netherlands, grew up, if he has grown up, in California, became a big leaguer in Minnesota, had a no-hitter for the Rangers, won a World Series in Pittsburgh and right here in 1987, and in 8 days he will be immortalized in Cooperstown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest right-handed pitcher in Twins history, an extremely popular broadcaster, and the newest member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, number 28, Bert Blyleven. Bert is joined by his wife, Gail, his sons, Todd, Tim, and Dave, and daughter, Kim, daughter-in-law, Shannon and Kathy, along with grandchildren, Dylan and Gracie Rose.
And as we mentioned earlier, Bert was born in Zeist, the Netherlands, and as such is becoming the first Dutch-born member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. 2 years ago, Bert showed his Dutch pride by coaching the Netherlands pitching staff in the World Baseball Classic. The Dutch pulled off a huge upset by beating the favored Dominican Republic twice and advancing to the second round of the tournament. A proud moment for baseball in the Netherlands, but now overshadowed by having a native son inducted into the Hall of Fame. Joining us on the field right now are members of the Netherlands Association of America, Minnesota chapter, led by the Consul General, Mark Al.
Well, born 17 years and 32 miles apart, both in the Netherlands, I'm very proud to be here as the Dutch diplomatic representative in Minnesota. It is my distinct pleasure to congratulate you on your admission to the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Dutch community in Minnesota, the Dutch community in the U.S., and of course, those of you in the Netherlands are very proud of you. Her Excellency, the Ambassador Renee Bos-Jones, regrettably cannot be here. But she sent a letter congratulating you, lauding your professionalism, your strong character, and your leadership. In your native tongue, heel hartelijk gefeliciteerd met deze prestatie.
Thank you, Mark, and all the members of the Netherlands Association of America.
Calvin knew I was of Dutch descent, and he said, I have this young Dutch kid that may have as good a curveball or better than Pasquale. And we all knew Camilo had the curveball that was kind of the gold standard.
Patented Bert Blyleven curveball.
He was a go-getter. He was kind of a little mean out there at times with the hitters, because they're trying to get base hits off me. He wants to stop them, and most of the time he did.
He was just a clean-shaven young kid with a great arm and electric fastball and outstanding curveball that he threw a couple of different ways. So it was nice to see him come in and establish himself, and went on to have a great career.
Certainly the ace of the Twins pitching staff is Bert Blyleven.
These guys are the kind of guys that when they take the mound, they're planning on being out there for 9 innings. That's what they do. He's got great stuff, and he's going to pitch, and he's going to battle, and he's going to be competitive. What else is there? I mean, here we go. I mean, here it comes, and here comes that curveball, and the tongue's going to come sticking out of his mouth, and you still can't do anything about it because whoop. And it was nasty, and it was electric. Let's go play. And that's how Bert approached it. Here we go. Here it is.
It's a patented Bert Blyleven curveball. What a breaking ball. There's absolutely no way of hitting this pitch.
Blyleven gets a big strikeout. Swing and a miss, he got him.
Bert Blyleven with his 3,000th strikeout.
We can, going into next season, get together as a unit, and 25 guys having the best years we're capable of having, hopefully we can bring a World Series to Minnesota.
Swing a bouncing ball to God, he has it. Close to Herbert, and the Twins are baseball's world champion.
I think of two people when I think of competitors on the mound. I think of Jack Morris and Bert Blyleven, the guys that I played with. I would go out there every day and put my life on line for both those guys because of how competitive they were. As a competitor, there was probably nothing better than him. He went out there and he wanted to pitch his 9 innings. It was his game. He wanted to pitch it. Didn't want anybody else to come in for him. And that's the kind of guys I love to play behind.
He took his job as a pitcher very seriously, and I think the fact that how serious he took it is where he is today, and that is getting ready to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I was a pretty good giver of the hot foot.
He'd get matches and bubble gum them to in between the sole of the shoe and where the leather got stitched in. He'd sneak under the bench and light him up and walk down, and pretty soon the guys jumped up. The guy never knew what hit him.
I mean, TK was addressing the crowd one day, and this is how sick Bert got. He snuck behind him, and while talking to 50,000 people in the stands, he'd give him a hot foot. I mean, he always knew how to make people laugh, when to make them laugh, when it was needed. He just knew when to do it, how to do it, and he always got to laugh from somebody, and that kept everybody loose.
Dick Kramer and Bert Blyleven, and yes,
Happy birthday to me!
there are certain dates over the course of the year that you had better remember. Your birthday, your children's birthday, your wedding anniversary, and if you're a Twins fan, you'd better remember April 6th.
You are hereby circled.
It's just been a phenomenon. It's had a life unto itself. And as most things are in television, it worked because no one planned it. It was a spontaneous thing, something that no one would ever have thought about. It just happened spontaneously, and it's been a tremendous entertainment tool.
We felt it was high time that we move forward and retire the number 28. Ensure that no other player in the history of the Twins will ever wear that number again. And really ensure that it will become a symbol and a lasting legacy of Bert Blyleven's excellence on the field, but also what he's meant to Twins fans off the field of play. He truly is a legacy player for this franchise.
Mark Al was nice enough to give Bert a citation, a certificate, and also the size 13 wooden shoes. and I think he's already worn them.
Bert Blyleven did not request number 28 when he donned the Twins jersey in June of 1970 and embarked on his Hall of Fame career. But except for his stint in the National League with the Pittsburgh Pirates, it would be the number on Bert's back for the 3 different decades that he pitched in. Tonight, the Twins are presenting Bert with framed 1928 jerseys representing the different jerseys and eras that Bert played in as he racked up his 287 wins and 3,700 strikeouts and 60 shutouts. First presenter with the jersey from his rookie 1970 season, Tony Oliva.
Congratulations. Good job. And good luck.
The Twins went to the double knit jerseys as the 70s and Blyleven's career progressed. Presenting Bert now with that jersey is a man who won batting titles in that decade, 6 of them to be exact. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Rod Carew.
Thanks, John. Bert, it was great playing with you. All the pranks that you pulled on us during our playing days. And I just want to congratulate you on today and to welcome into the Hall of Fame one of the greatest fraternities in the world.
As all of us know, Bert returned to the Twins in 1985. While the team was still wearing the double knits when he came back, the change came to pinstripes in 1987, as did the club's first World Championship. Presenting this jersey as first baseman on that 87 club, good friend of Bert's, Ken Herbeck.
Thanks, John. Bert, I watched you as a kid. I'm lucky enough to play against you. I'm lucky enough to play with you. Now I got to watch you again. Congratulations. It's a great honor to be hanging on the wall up there. Thank you, and good luck next weekend.
At the end of his playing days, Bert made the transition to the broadcast booth where he has been a mainstay with the Twins, but he's also been a mainstay on the golf course. When the Twins front office was thinking of the perfect commemoration of this evening for Bert, the thought quickly went to golf. And believe you me, folks, Bert has taken many of my George Washingtons on the golf course. Bert's home pro in Fort Myers said the Hall of Famer to be is playing with outdated sticks. So tonight we bring Bert into the new millennium with a brand new set of Callaway golf clubs and a beautiful custom Hall of Fame golf bag. Presenting the clubs on behalf of the Twins organization is former Twins manager and a Twins Hall of Famer, TK Tom Kelly.
I'm going to try to keep the clubs. So if you turn your back for 1 second. Thank you. No, good luck to Bert. As the rest of the boys said, next week's going to be big, special, and just a wonderful experience for you, your family, and the Minnesota Twins fans. Thanks, Bert, for all you did.
We'd also like to note that earlier this evening, the organization presented Gail Blyleven, Bert's wife, with a commemorative charm bracelet. We salute Gail for her support of Bert as he gets ready for his big day in Cooperstown, New York. Gail.
In just a few minutes, we will officially bid adieu to the number 28 in terms of a Twins player ever wearing that number again. But before we do, the current Twins team, led by bullpen coach Rick Stelmazik, who was on the staff when Bert returned to Minnesota in 1985, want to present him a team-signed replica of the retired number that will be adorning the fascia at Target Field forever. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 Minnesota Twins.
On behalf of the 2000 Twins, we'd like to congratulate Bert for his induction into the Hall of Fame. Best of luck. Thank you.
And finally, the Twins organization would like to recognize the commitment that Bert and his wife Gail have made to helping those afflicted with Parkinson's disease and other ailments. In recent months, Bert and Gail have hosted young kids that have been diagnosed with cancer and staying at the area Ronald McDonald houses. Bert has a way of putting smiles on everyone's face, and he's achieved that time and time again in comforting those who are suffering. The entire Blyleven family was affected directly by Parkinson's as his father, Joe, finally succumbed to the disease in 2004. Prior to his father's passing up until this present day, Bert and Gail have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to help find a cure for Parkinson's, playing an active role in local events that benefit the research and treatment of this affliction. The Twins tonight would like to make a donation to the Parkinson's Foundation. Please welcome Team President Dave St. Peter and the Chairman of the Twins Executive Board, Jerry Bell, as they present a $10,000 check to the Foundation on behalf of the entire Blyleven family. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Operating Officer of the Minnesota Twins, Mr. Jim Pohlad.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations to Bert, to Gail, and their family on this wonderful night. We particularly look forward to a week from now in Cooperstown, because having your number retired is clearly important, but being inducted into the Hall of Fame is truly special. In order to have your number retired, you clearly have to have outstanding performance on the field, almost legendary performance. But if you look up there at the other 6 numbers, particularly the 5 Minnesota Twins, you realize that their commitment to the organization goes well beyond their performance on the field. And Bert Blyleven is no exception to that. So, I'm not sure we're ready for the official retirement, but if we are, here we go. We're official unveiling.
The number first worn by Don Minchard, last worn by Jesse Crane, and most successfully worn by the man of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, Bert Blyleven.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Not the best day to wear a black suit. I want to thank everybody for coming here today. Of course, there's a ball game after this, but I want to thank Rod Carew, Tony Oliva, also Ken Herbeck for coming here. I only wish that Harmon Killebrew and Kirby Puckett could be here to watch this ceremony. I want to thank the Polad family, Dave St. Peter, and the Twins organization for honoring me with my retirement of number 28. I want to thank my wife, my kids way up there. Hi, kids. Love you. Love you all. Thank you very much for coming out. I know George Meadowall, my first catcher, is going to catch the first pitch. There's a game to be played. One thing about the game of baseball, it's for little kids, it's for grown-ups. We have a lot of ups and downs. Kansas City Royals over here, Minnesota Twins behind me. These guys give 100% day in and day out. It's so short, guys. Enjoy it. 22 years I got to play the greatest game in the world, and I'll tell you what, I still miss it. So God bless you all, and thank you for coming out and supporting the Minnesota Twins and their organization. Thank you.
On the night where the Twins officially put the number 28 into retirement, we thought it would only be fitting to have the person who received the first pitch Bert Blyleven threw in his big league debut on June 5th, 1970, here with us tonight to catch Bert's ceremonial first pitch. Please welcome a Twins catcher from 1966 to 1973, joining us from Orlando, Florida, George Meadowall. And presenting Bert the ceremonial pitch ball is his battery mate from the 1987 World Series, Tim Laudner.
Ready to get down? Ah, down to baby Georgie.
What a special night here at Target Field. Can the Twins make it even more memorable and get a win on Bert's night? Find out next as the Twins take on the Royals.
Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Minnesota.
Gorgeous night for baseball downtown Minneapolis, a jam-packed Target Field. The Twins have won 4 consecutive series. If they're going to win this series, they need to win tonight against Kansas City. Kevin Gorgan, Ron Coomer standing by. Dick Bramer, who was down there for Bert Blyleven's ceremony, will be joining us shortly. And the Twins last night lost a heartbreaker, but one constant remains the same in their lineup. When Ben Revere gets base hits and gets going on the base pass at the top of the order, good things seem to happen.
You mean after all this ceremony, there's a baseball game going to break out? Yeah, Ben Revere has been outstanding, Kevin. He's added something to this lineup that was really needed. Last night, a couple hits. But you look at the record since he's been here. When he gets hits, he just adds some energy to the club that was sadly needed in April. We had a bunch of injuries. The outfield got decimated with injuries. And then all of a sudden, the young kid who we've heard a lot about through the years comes up here and lights it up. to me, it's really fun to watch young kids play, but it's also fun to watch a guy with a big smile run around the field and really have fun in a big league uniform.
Revere certainly brings the energy. He scored the only run last night. The Twins led 1-0 into the 9th inning, but Matt Capps blew his 7th save of the season, and more on that closer situation from Ron Gardenhire right now.
We're going to close with Nathan right now. We talked to Capps and Nathan last night. Kind of do a flip-flop, try to get Capps going again earlier in the ball game, and then let Nathan finish off a few here, and maybe Perkins, who knows. But right now Nathan's is going to close, and if we get to that third day in a row, then we'll probably have to use somebody else.
Well, Ron, we talked about it in the postgame last night. It's back where it was when the Twins left spring training. What needs to be different for Joe Nathan this time around, back in his familiar spot?
Well, I think the big thing, Kevin, is he's healthy now. You know, you come back from that surgery, and everybody knows it's a year and a half. Well, All-Star break was a year and a half for him, and we talked about that at the beginning of the season. Now he's got a healthy Joe Nathan. The one thing about this move, we need Matt Capps, and we talked about that yesterday. We need Capsy to throw the ball well and retain the type of pitcher that he's able to do and able to bring. So hopefully he'll get his confidence back and be back in that, even if it's a setup role, to be able to dominate baseball games.
Twins will look for that lead and hopefully have a chance to bring in Joe Nathan to seal the win tonight against the Kansas City Royals. When we come back, as we get close to first pitch, we'll bring in the Hall of Famer Robbie and Spakowski, get a chance to sit down with Bert Blyleven. It's next here on Fox Sports North.
Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
It's a hot and steamy night here in downtown Minneapolis, but a very special one, as Bert Blyleven's number 28 will now hang in Target Field forever, and we are standing right on top of that number 28. I'm Robbie Smikowski, joined by the man who raised the curtain off number 28, Bert's son, Todd Blyleven. Todd, what was the moment like for you and your family to reveal number 28 that will hang here for eternity?
I can't even describe the emotions. I'm not a crier, but I feel like crying right now. To look down and see that black tarp fold over, just an amazing, amazing experience.
How about your dad? What was he like the last couple days, and what does all this mean to your father?
Well, it means the world. I mean, you know, you're talking about a guy that I remember as a kid falling around on a bike as he was running up the hills, and every time I'd get tired, he'd say, "Come on, Todd, we got to go, we got to go." Somebody always wants my job, and just all the hours and all the time and all the dedication you see on a private basis, seeing him go for that ultimate goal. This day is a long day coming for him. He's very honored, very proud. I just can't even describe it. He's ecstatic right now.
On a lighter note, Todd, before the ball game on the field, you took part in the home run derby, and you actually are one of the few people to beat the mascot, TC. Todd, you went yard 3 times. Now, you're a former minor league baseball player yourself, not exactly a slouch. How did you beat TC, man?
I paid him off early before I started. No, I got a hold of a couple balls, and I actually got too anxious on a couple other ones, but he's a great hitter, and what a great thing to do for the Twins fans, and just a lot of fun.
Congratulations on a very special day, Todd.
Thank you very much, and thank you to Minnesota and the Twins organization and everybody involved. Thank you.
And here's hoping the Minnesota Twins can get a victory, and if they do, it'll be on the heels of a Carl Pavano pitching performance. He's pitched well lately. Can he keep it up tonight against the Royals? Find out next. First pitch coming up.
Saturday night here in downtown Minneapolis, game 3 between the Royals and the Twins. It is Saturday. It is also Bert Blyleven Day, and when you have a day, that means you don't have to work. So Bert Blyleven is not working the telecast tonight. Ron Coomer, nice enough to sit in and fill in while Bert is going to do heaven knows what up in a suite down the left field line.
Well, thanks for letting me pinch hit for you, Bert. And we do know what he's going to do up there in that suite up down the left field line. If we're looking at his son right now, they're probably all doing it. But what a special moment, and it's nice to be a part of all of this.
You do have to hydrate when it's hot and humid like this. And the Twins are hoping to recover from a heartbreaking loss last night. Had a 1-0 ball game, or so we thought. And I think, minds of a lot of Twins fans, the perfect guy to pitch the game after that in veteran Carl Pavano.
Right, definitely. You got, the veteran pitcher going out there, and a guy who should be able to exploit some of the young hitters of the Kansas City Royals. Carl's a guy that can go back and forth with speeds, and hopefully tonight he'll be on, because I really believe the Twins need a quality start out of Carl today.
They've been getting that from him over the last couple of starts, and we'll check out the Menards batting order for Ned Yost and the Royals. Chris Getz leading off, Melky Cabrera hitting second, Alex Gordon, Billy Butler, Eric Hosmer, who hit the dramatic game-turning home run in the 9th inning last night, then Jeff Francoeur, Mike Moustakas, Brian Pena, and Alcides Escobar.
Yeah, with Pavy, you know, Dick, you got a lot of young hitters and quality hitters, but young hitters in this Kansas City lineup. To me, the big key for Pavano is throwing his changeup. If he has good command of his changeup, he'll get these guys off stride a little bit. You should see a lot of ground ball outs from some of these younger players.
Let's check out the Northland Ford defense for the Twins. An outfield of Delman Young, Ben Revere, and Trevor Plouffe. An infield of Danny Valencia, Tsuyoshi Nishioka, Alexi Casilla, and Michael Kadire. And as is usually the case with Pavano on the mound, Drew Butera behind the plate. If you believe that the team to beat in the Central is the Detroit Tigers, the White Sox did it to them again. They shut them out today, 5-0. So right now the Tigers are a game and a half back. A chance for the Twins to pick up a game on Detroit. Cleveland getting started just a few minutes ago.
The team that really surprised me, and we both have talked about this numerous times, about the Cleveland Indians being able to sustain this, you know, being in first place or now going back and forth with Detroit. They've got some good young arms and can throw the ball, but you still have to look at the Tigers being the team to beat.
Get used to this, because this is what we're going to have, only much worse here for the next few days. They're saying by Monday, when the Twins have a doubleheader, the temperature is going to be 100 degrees. We're expecting temperatures in the 90s tomorrow for a day game. And somewhere during the course of Monday's split doubleheader, we expect triple-digit temperatures.
I like it hot, but I don't know about that hot when you play baseball.
Well, here's Chris Getz. And there's a pitch up and away in ball one. Now, for the players, of course, you do have to drink a lot of water and all that, but you want your pitcher to go out there and throw strikes and pitch with some pace, some tempo. And again, to that end, the perfect guy on the mound for the Twins in Pavano.
Yeah, Pavy's never been a guy who takes much time when he gets the ball and gets on the rubber. He has a good plan and sticks with it right away. See him pounding the strike zone right here. Good pitch, good fastball inside.
1-2. Nubbed foul. We'll say this a lot from here on out, but a really important ball game for the Twins. You're going to have defeats like last night over the course of any length of time in baseball. The challenge is to try to recover from that, win the next night, so nothing festers or turns into something really ugly over the course of a long week. And so Pavano trying to pitch a good ball game here tonight and see if the Twins can score more than one run and win a ball game. 2-2. That's driven to right. Plouffe running to the gap and making the catch, one away. So far, and he hasn't been challenged with the most difficult of plays, but he's handled things out there in the outfield.
Well, most of the time when a guy goes from the infield to the outfield, that's a little easier exchange than it is going from the outfield to play infield. For sure, Plouffe's a very good athlete. He was a shortstop, you know, as we saw here earlier in the season. I think it's a great move. It's so far panned out very well for him, playing different positions in the minor leagues. He only hit 15 home runs in Rochester, so it seemed he enjoyed the position change.
Here's Melky Cabrera, as we said last night, with a sinker baller, Nick Blackburn on the mound. Important to have maybe a more experienced first baseman than Michael Kadire, but now coming back again tonight, you've got Plouffe, the player trying to turn himself into a utility player, the least experienced player out in the outfield. Kadire's back at first. 1-1 to Cabrera. And now 1-2. You had to, as I recall, make the transition from infield to outfield. You played a little bit in the outfield.
That's an interesting story. I came to the ballpark and we were facing Randy Johnson, and I'd never played outfield in my life. And Tom Kelly said, "You're playing right field today."
Butera throws to Kadire, 2 away. Cabrera striking out. Did he at least have you sit down before he told you that?
No, he didn't. But I had gone out to right field. Well, you know, in early BP, we'd go out and you'd shag fly balls. And, you know, when you're a guy trying to get to the big leagues or doing whatever it's going to take, you know, like Plouffe, he wants to stay here. if that's what it's going to take, playing some right field, that's what it takes. Everybody wants to wear a big league uniform, so I'm sure he's happy playing right field for the Minnesota Twins.
Here's Alex Gordon. Bouncer right side. And Pavano on 11 pitches has a 1-2-3 first inning. Joe Mauer, Michael Kadire, Delman Young, Danny Valencia, Trevor Plouffe, Drew Butera, and Tsuyoshi Nishioka. Facing left-hander Jeff Francis in his first year with the Royals. And he misses the outside corner, ball one.
Francis, a guy, not an overpowering pitcher, likes to mix speeds up. He's got a decent breaking ball, but a guy the Twins need to be a little patient with. If they can get him to throw a lot of pitches in this heat, it'll be important to get to the Royal bullpen. A guy with a good breaking pitch.
Jam shot and a little bouncer. Chris Getz has to get rid of it quickly. He couldn't. He juggled it just a little bit. And Ben Revere has just picked up his 12th infield hit this year. And he's aboard leading off the first inning.
That speed's unbelievable. When you're an infielder and you know a guy can fly like Ben Revere can, you tend to rush yourself, and that's what Getz started to do. And you make any kind of mistake at all, get in the transfer of the ball to the glove, or the glove to your hand with the ball, no chance.
Ben Revere this season has 52 hits, and a dozen of them haven't left the infield. Here's Alexi Casilla. And a first pitch strike. Casilla in yesterday's ball game waited until Revere stole second, then pushed a ground ball to the right side, and the Twins ended up getting their only run on a wild pitch. Inside, 1-1. Francis, victim of some poor run support. He actually pitched pretty well in the first couple months of the season, but didn't pick up his first win for the Royals till his 10th start. And a throw to first. It's more a testament to the Royals struggling offensively than anything else. 4 no decisions and an 0-5 mark to start the year, and he's part of a rebuilt rotation. Gone are the likes of Gil Mesh, Brian Bannister. Chopper left side, Moustakas fumbles it, recovers, throws to first, and dug out by Hosmer. Casilla retired. Revere advances to second base. So some jitteriness here in the middle infield for the Royals, with Revere reaching And Casilla almost reaching on a little juggling act. Here's the Royal defense brought to you by Northland Ford. Alex Gordon in left, Melky Cabrera in center, Jeff Francoeur in right. Moustakas, Escobar, Getz, and Hosmer playing in the dirt. Behind the plate, Brian Pena. And here's Joe Mauer. Mauer, the designated hitter. Pick off to second, and Revere got back. Escobar sneaked behind him. Burt would call that the daylight play, where as soon as you see daylight between the runner and the shortstop, you spin and throw.
Yep, the middle infielder too, you'll show glove. If you see open hand with the glove and the daylight, that's when an infielder, if he shows the glove, he feels he's got a chance at picking him off.
Revere stealing third on a breaking ball. And again, he nearly overslid the bag. So Revere stealing third, and he picked a good pitch to go on.
He goes on a breaking pitch, and the one thing that to me, when you're watching these ball games, you have Joe Mauer hit at home plate. You better make it because you're already in scoring position. If you take off, I know Gardy wants him to be very aggressive on the bases, and so does Jerry White. But you got to get to third base. If you're thrown out with your top hitter at home plate, that might not be a good move.
And Mauer takes down and away. It's 1-1. The infielders, most of them at least, playing back. At third, Moustakas a little bit behind the third base bag. So a ground ball hit up the middle past the pitcher will score Revere. Just off the plate, 2-1. Mauer walked 3 times yesterday, twice intentionally. Two and one. Chopper right side, Revere will score. So the speed of Ben Revere leads to a run for the Twins here in the first inning, 2 down. Pick the stick contest. I picked last. And Burt had Joe Mauer. So he gets an RBI and gets some points.
So does he get to pick first because it's Burt Blyleven Day?
When you have a day, you get a lot of special privileges.
Has there been a Dick Bramer Day?
No. I had 7 minutes I was pretty proud of once, but I've never had a full day. Here's Michael Kadire. Up and away, ball 1. And Kadire was frustrated last night, 0 for 6 in the series. Frustrated because when someone is intentionally walked in front of you, you want to come through with a hit. Michael had that opportunity twice last night, but couldn't get it done. That's hit to right center field. And Cabrera will cut it off on 1 hop. And Kadire gets a 2-out single.
Great swing right there by Michael yesterday, Dick. He was, some off-speed pitches. You like you said, you get the guy walked intentionally in front of you. It looked like he was trying to pull a little too much last night. A little out in front. Today, great approach, trying to hit the ball to right center field. Kind of get you back on track, swinging the bat. Great swing by Michael.
Well, here's Delvin Young. Kadire now 5 for 10 against the Kansas City left-hander. Young's jumped back onto the active roster with some multi-hit games. 5 hits already. This one hit to the gap in left center. Kadire rounding second. On his way to third. He'll be waved around. And it's 2-0. Delvin Young with another double.
Delvin, since he's come back from the DL and All-Star break, has really been swinging the bat well. It's real important for him to make sure his hands get out to the baseball. Sometimes his hands drag back. Since he's come back from the break, his contact point has been way out in front, and we've seen him pull the baseball. Great swings by Delvin.
Ron Gardenhire talking about Young's time in Rochester and playing at the AAA level, playing every day, getting at bats against more competitive pitching, and he hit well there, and that the results of that extended time showing up here now in the big league club.
Without question, when you sit out as long as Delman did, and you try to go to extended spring or somewhere like that where you're getting at bats, and guys don't know how to set you up as a hitter, sometimes it doesn't work out very well.
Here's Danny Valencia, and there's strike one. Gardenhire saying that in the context of Jason Kubel and Denard Span, and suggesting they need to hit well, play well at AAA before they'll be considered for a call up here. There's nothing automatic about 6 or 7 games, and they're going to bring them up here. They want them to prepare themselves to be productive whenever they're called up here.
They did the same thing with Nishioka too. He wasn't playing real well in AAA. He was hurt, and they gave him a few extra days to play down there also.
1 strike to Valencia. And a delayed call by Angel Campos. It's 0-2. What kind of a 2-strike hitter were you? Thinking of a Valencia who seems to find himself behind in the count a lot. 0-2. There's another look at Delman Young's double.
I thought I was a pretty good 2-strike hitter. My natural swing had me hit the ball to right center, so it kind of helped me a little bit. But the one thing that I was an aggressive hitter, as you know. When I came out of the on-deck circle, I was swinging.
Right.
He tried not to
Cal
get
never got to 2-strike.
He tried not to get to 0-2. This is kind of interesting, that the positioning in center field. It's obvious they're going to throw Danny off speed or throw him hard in and make him try to pull the ball. They're playing him way around in center field to pull. That's probably 15, 20 feet to the pull side.
1-2. Snap bat, and Moustakas catches the line drive. That ends the inning. 3 hits, a couple of 2-out hits, and a 2-0 Twins lead. And this second inning starts with the Twins in front 2-0. Carl Pavano got through the top of the first very quickly, and now he'll face Billy Butler, Eric Hosmer, and Jeff Francoeur. Pavano picked up a strikeout, got through Getz, Cabrera, and Gordon. And now the middle of the Kansas City lineup. Mentioned before, the White Sox shut out Detroit. Now Baltimore leading Cleveland 2-0 in the 4th inning at Camden Yards. So a chance for the Twins to pick up a game, perhaps, if they can pick up a win here tonight. Strike 1 to Billy Butler.
Be interesting tonight to see how Carl pitches Billy Butler. Butler, a guy who really likes to pound the ball to right center field and right field.
Fastball and a swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Down in the dirt. The
Royals, specifically Ned Dios, talking about Butler, said he's such a good two-strike hitter. We were talking about it with Valencia, that Butler is so good with 2 strikes. They'd like him to be much more aggressive early in the count and try to pull the ball, maybe hit a few more home runs.
You see right there, yeah. He naturally, even when he first came up as a rookie, we noticed right away, hit a lot of doubles, hit the ball the other way, kind of like Joe Mauer. Joe's natural stroke is for him to hit the ball the other way. Now, I don't think Butler has as good a swing as Joe, but similar. And to me, when a guy doesn't pull the ball naturally, sometimes it gets a little tough for him to try to do that.
Pavano gets his second strikeout, 1 away here in second. You can submit a question or comment at carsoup.com/baseball. Gail Stanwyck from the home of the world's largest otter, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. A question for Tim Laudner. How challenging was it to catch the Bert Blyleven curveball?
Dick, challenging? Now, it would be a heck of a lot more challenging to try to hit something like that than catching it. You know that, Coom. Catching it was an absolute breeze, and catching Bert Blyleven was an absolute joy. It wasn't any problem catching it. In fact, it was a lot of fun throwing that 2 down there and watching some of those hitters buckle. I know you know what I mean, Coom.
Oh, I know. I'm sure the number 2 went down there a lot when it's pitching.
And it's just like, Coom, you know that as a catcher, there were times when if I'm not getting fastballs, nobody else is getting fastballs.
I hated guys like you know that?
High and tight, it's 1-2.
You know, Timmy, you and Dick, you know you got a good curveball when you buckle the left-handed hitters with your breaking pitch, and that's what we were seeing in some of those shots.
Yeah, he could sure do it like that, let me tell you.
Revere running back and on the warning track, looking into the sun, makes the catch out, number 2.
Good pitch by Pavy, trying to get in on the young guy, Hosmer. To me, yesterday, the ball that was thrown by Capsey that got hit out of the park ended up out over the plate. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see Carl pounding some of these young guys in and then going off speed, but not giving them much out over the plate for them to extend their arms. Good pitch by Carl.
Here's Jeff Francoeur. Up around the hands, ball 1. It's down the right field line, twisting. Fair. It just stayed fair, and Francoeur has the first Kansas City hit, and it'll be a 2-out double. There's hardly any foul territory down there at all, but that one must have landed very close to the line.
Fastball up and out over the plate, trying to get the ball in, and it kind of gets too much of the plate. That's dead center. And Francoeur shoots one in the right field corner. There isn't a lot of foul territory, as you said, Dick, but great swing by Francoeur. He's one of those guys that this team can really build around. He's a veteran player that, just plays the game the right way.
Great in the clubhouse, great on the field. Off-speed pitch taken for strike 1 by Mike Moustakas. Both Hosmer and Moustakas among the top prospects in all of baseball, both called up this year. That squirted up the line foul. Of the 2, Hosmer, last night's home run notwithstanding, he's had the more impressive rookie season. They're still waiting on Moustakas to make the necessary adjustments to excel at the major league level.
Well, what he's going to get tonight, too, is he's going to get a steady diet of fastballs in on the hands, and then he's going to get the changeup, and we'll see how he handles a veteran pitcher like Pavano tonight.
Down and in, 1-2.
When you talk to the Royals people, though, they're really high on both of these guys, both quality players and good defenders, and that's the one thing. As you know, with the Twins organization, we knew how important it always was when you came here to play for Tom Kelly and Ron Gardenhire, how important defense was. And I think both of these guys do a good job defensively.
1-2. Ned Yost in his first full season, replacing Trey Hillman last year. Changeup popped up behind second base. Revere coming in.
Makes the catch. Another fairly quick inning. Royals get their first hit, but they strand Francoeur at second base.
Here on Burt Bly 11 night. I'm Robbie Ince-Michalski. In case you missed it earlier, our Marnie Gellner is at Wisconsin Dells for the Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink pregame show. And if you're wondering, there's plenty to do at the Dells, including the Scorpion's Tail at Noah's Ark Water Park, the only looping water slide in the country and the largest in the world. This is not for the faint of heart. Gravity, water, and centrifugal force propel the rider at speeds up to 40 miles per hour. You won't know which end is up. Make sure you catch Marnie Gellner in the postgame show with a lot more from the Dells over there in Wisconsin. Dick and Ron.
Thank you, Robbie. There's a bunt up the line. Trevor Plouffe dives it in the grass beautifully, and he gets a bunt single. So Plouffe, who beat the Royals, you might say, with a home run here on Thursday night, drops down a bunt single to start the second.
Well, you see him talking right there to Jerry White. Nobody works harder on the bunting part of the game as a coach than Jerry White. He loves to watch his young guys come out here and be able to execute something like this. Great bump by Plouffe. That's the one thing you want with a bunt like that, Dick, is you either want it to be right towards the line or foul, and Plouffe did a great job right there.
Here's Drew Butera. And Francis delivers strike one. Twins started the first inning with an infield hit, a ground ball hit by Ben Revere. He beat it out, eventually scored. Now the Twins will try to work Plouffe around. And time called. And strike two on the outside corner. Francis, one of those guys that's pitched a whole lot better at home than he has on the road. Just one win on the road, 5 losses, and an ERA in excess of 6. But at Kauffman Stadium, a much better pitcher. There goes Plouffe. It's a ball. Pena's throw in time to get him. So the Twins, who saw Revere steal third, now have Pena throw out Plouffe for the first out of the second inning.
Well, and you're kind of guessing, hoping that you get changeup or breaking pitch right there. And Plouffe, got a decent jump, but nothing spectacular. And when you get a fastball away, it just doesn't. Pena, you see the throw? That was an old sidearm throw from Pena behind the plate, but right on the money.
Guess the thought was at 0-2 he's probably going to get a big looping curveball. That's what Revere stole on. And now Butera's worked the count full. Francis not one to issue a lot of walks, and you can see him trying to work with a quick pace here. Pop foul. It'll reach the seats. Tim Laudner, your thoughts of Jeff Francis, what you've seen of him so far here tonight?
Well, he's throwing slower, and underhanded. It looks like he's Coom, I don't know if he could break a pane of glass, but obviously he's very effective because he has such a difference in his pitch speeds.
Butera lifts it high and deep to left. Gordon at the track makes the catch, out number 2.
Timmy, there's something to be said about throwing under the hitting speed, isn't there?
Well, this guy's doing it today, isn't he, Coom?
How's his, to me in watching, we've tried to run twice, one successful, one not. But how's his move look to first base? He doesn't look like he has much of a move.
No, it's not much at all. He just basically just steps straight over, and you can read him pretty well. But you know, the Twins scored their first run without hitting the ball over 90 feet, and then they scored their second run by hitting a couple of 370 footers. So it's either feast or famine so far.
A strike to Nishioka. Nishioka, this year's shortstop now for the Twins. Last year's shortstop, J.J. Hardy, got a 3-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles put together today. So we saw J.J. was a good guy, and it's a good deal for him.
Yeah, very good guy. It just didn't work out here for him. And, you know, the injuries that he had, but quality player, quality person.
2-1. He had a lot of nagging injuries here. The Twins thought he was a great guy in the clubhouse, but Hardy enjoying his first few months with the Orioles, and they obviously enjoy having him, and they signed him to a 3-year deal today. 3-1 to Nishioka. That's pulled to third, backhanded by Moustakas. On target, over to Hosmer, and the inning ends. On to the third, it's 2-0 Twins. Brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. That's the Classic at Madden's Resort on Gull Lake Golf in the Brainerd Lakes area. Classic recently named 33rd on the list of best public courses in America in Golf Digest. Brainerd Lakes area, of course, has a lot of great lakes for fishing, also more than 450 holes of golf, and is renowned for its concentration of top-rated golf courses. You ever golfed up in the Brainerd Lakes area?
I've played the Classic.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Paul and I would always go on All-Star break when we were here, except for the 1 year, obviously, but we'd go there on All-Star break and play a little golf. Great golf area.
Inside to Brian Pena. He'll be followed by Alcides Escobar and Chris Getz. That's the problem in being around the Brainerd area. It's when we were up in that general area during the All-Star break. What do you want to do today? There's so many different options. Fishing, boating, skiing, golfing, sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping, yeah.
It's a great area for sleeping, too, during the All-Star break. 2-1 to Pena. Pavano has gotten 6 outs, faced 7 batters. Now Pena, he's thrown 30 pitches, so he's been pretty economical with his workload. That's lifted to left field, and Delman Young over a couple of steps. 1 away. Every Sunday is a Blue Bunny Kids Day. Fun day for everybody at the ballpark, and we've got one tomorrow. Final game of the series with the Royals. Kids get free Blue Bunny ice cream and autographs before the game. They can run the bases at Target Field following the game. Give a call to 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com to check on ticket availability for all Sunday games this year. See, that's why the Twins are so good. You know, you've got the fan zone, and you got to be 18 and older to be a member of the fan zone. But if you're under 18, you get free ice cream on Sundays.
How good is that?
Something for everybody. 1-0 to Escobar. (2-0) to Escobar, the number 9 hitter. And a strike.
Another one of the young guys that the Kansas City Royals traded for, but a very good defender. And we'll see what he ends up doing offensively, but kind of a free swinging guy, but a very, very good defender.
And he tries to bunt, and he drops it right about where Plouffe landed. And it'll be a bunt single with 1 out here in the 3rd.
Kind of funny situation. Just as the pitch was getting thrown, Danny Valencia backed up 4 feet. And I know we don't get a shot there, but you know, you wonder if this ball might roll foul, but the grass gets pretty thick in there. But Danny had just backed up as Carl started his windup. One of those things as a third baseman, you're trying to play the game with the hitter back, forth, especially a guy like Escobar who's kind of a free swinger also.
So a bunt single and a base hit, and strike 1 now to Getz.
In this situation here, the Royals, you want to have Escobar at least try to get to second base, stealing second. Carl pretty slow to the plate, and get him there without having to do anything different.
And they're calling a balk on Pavano. Home plate umpire Angel Campos is calling a balk. Here's Valencia moving back just prior to the bunt. And I think it's Joe West, the second base umpire, calling the balk. And now Pavano wants an explanation. And I think I told you about this on Thursday, that sooner or later during this 4-game series, Joe West would take center stage.
That wasn't even, you know, there was no real deception there that I saw. But like you said, Joe's going to make his presence felt here in some point, some way, somehow. It is Joe West.
Bouncer left side. Escobar tries to advance. Nishioka looks at him and throws high to Cuddyer. 2 down. A little bit of a gamble by Escobar, but I think all in all, Nishioka made the smart play getting the second out at first.
Yeah, right there. If that ball's hit and he has his feet planted, you can make a throw. But when you're coming and rounding the ball to the hole, it makes that throw so much tougher. If you see when he's about to catch this ball, to try to throw that ball to third base, almost impossible to get that ball shuffled to Danny. He's getting out, and hopefully Pavy makes a good pitch and gets the third out here.
Here's Cabrera, struck out on a breaking ball his first time up, on the first pitch here, fouled back over the Kansas City on deck circle. 1 strike. Royals got a runner to second base in the second. Now Pavano trying to strand a runner at third in the 3rd. One and one. Just off the inside corner, 2-1. Twins have gotten 7 innings in each game from their starter so far in this series, and that's important given the specter of that split doubleheader on Monday. Despite what happened in the 9th inning, the bullpen pretty well rested, and they'll hope to continue that through the final 2 games of the series. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. Now, Ron Gardenhire did say this afternoon that the Twins
are mulling over the possibility of making a roster change, a roster move to get another pitcher up here for the doubleheader on Monday. The temperature, as we said, is supposed to be right around 100 degrees. And you're going to go through an awful lot of pitching, in an 18-inning day like that.
Well, in those split doubleheaders, if you have one guy that doesn't throw the ball well on that day, you just kill your bullpen.
Nice changeup by Pavano, and he strands Escobar at third base. Great job of that ever since his call-up.
Well, Ben Revere has been kind of a shot of adrenaline to this ball club. And you look at some of these stats when he gets a hit. He did everything in the first inning that's on those stats. So it bodes well for us to win a ball game tonight.
And a strike. Revere with a bunt single, or excuse me, ground ball single. Advanced to second. Stole third. Here's a chopper to short. Escobar bobbles it. Revere will reach again. And what you said about Revere's speed having gained its reputation really has come into play here in his first two at-bats.
Speed and hustle, pretty amazing. We're going to show a triple right here. You want to see fast. This is kind of like me hitting one down the line, Dick.
The triple on the left is against the Dodgers, and we're timing him when he didn't make a somersault and when he did.
Oh, Nelly.
It never slowed him down. 0.2 of a second difference.
Now, I've seen that in fantasy camp. But the guy doesn't get up and go to third. Right. He just stays there.
So Revere at first on the Escobar error.
Now, as we talked to Timmy earlier about the move, to me right here, this is another perfect chance for Ben to take off and try to get second base.
Of course, the fans here want a balk call after Pavano had one called on him.
See, the one big difference out France, if he throws home, you'll see his leg kick is much higher and pronounced.
Bunted fair, and Hosmer charged toward the bunt, then retreated to first, and KCA will get credit for a sacrifice.
Good bunt by Lexi right there, getting the job done. He had a great at bat yesterday, moving the runner along. You know, that's Twins baseball. You have to get the job done, and situational hit when you're missing some players from the heart of your lineup. And boy, what a turnaround he's made throughout this season, hasn't he, Dick?
He has been remarkable. And of course, at a different position than what everyone thought he'd be playing at the start of the year. Here's Mauer. Drove in the first run with a ground ball after Revere had stolen third. Over the inside corner.
It's be a good at bat for Joe to just look soft, look for something off speed, and try to shoot it in that hole between short and third.
Right down the middle of strike. 2 strikes. For Mauer, his 12th run batted in. We would expect Mauer to play someplace tomorrow. Probably catch, I would guess. Twins situation behind the plate a little different. Of course, when they sent Rene Rivera down, they're just the 2 catchers. And Mauer strikes out on a pitch in the dirt. Pena said he caught it on the fly, and Mauer's retired for the second out.
Good pitch right there, down in the zone. And you know, the off-speed pitches for Francis have really been good so far.
The ball did hit the dirt. Here's Kadire. You can vote for our Arby's Value Player of the Game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234. Kadire leading the balloting. He drove a 2-run or a 2-out single into right center field. And then scored on Delman Young's first pitch double. Not an insignificant thing to score from first on a double on a day like today.
That's exactly right. I think that ball clipped Mike's jersey, but soft throwing lefty on the mound. You don't want to get hit with the first pitch. You want to swing the bat.
Now wide of the plate, 2-0. How would you contrast, because you were here the other night, how would you contrast Jeff Francis and Bruce Chen, who started for the Royals on Thursday?
Similar, very similar. The only thing with Chen is he changes arm angles quite a bit, and he throws more of a sweeping breaking pitch. But the approach at the plate is going to be similar. To me, if I was facing either one of these guys, I would look soft my whole at bat and look for a changeup or curveball, whichever came in. And if they got that pitch up, that would be the ball I would try to attack.
3-0 to Kadire. Delman Young on deck. And they wanted no part of Kadire. Last night it was Mauer that they were quite willing to give first base. And here 4 pitches, none of which really were close. So Kadire fills first base and Delman Young to the plate. And Young comes to the plate. And we have time to show you our Sanford Health injury report. Both Denard Span and Jason Kubel in Rochester. Red Wings playing about a week's worth of games at home. So a good time to send those 2 players there. Kubel will DH. And Denard Span will get 5 innings in tomorrow. See if Delman goes after the first pitch in this at bat. One strike.
I think it's gotten around the league that he likes to swing at the first pitch. I don't know.
Well, impressively, Young with 6 hits since his return to the lineup, 4 doubles. 2 strikes.
Good changeup right there by Francis. We talked about Francis and his off-speed pitches. He's been pretty good tonight so far with that changeup.
He's trying to get a 2-out hit here to expand a 2-0 lead. Ooh, they came back in and Young lifted it foul over the Twins dugout. Kind of teased him away, and then it looked like he left one right down the middle of the plate.
Pena did something kind of odd there to me. As a right-handed hitter, I always wanted to know if I was going to get a pitch in, because if they're throwing in, you knew it was going to be hard. And to me, with him setting up that early inside, sometimes you can feel the catcher setting up inside.
Young strikes out. The Twins strand at 2, but lead at 2-0. It's his day. And Sundays on Fox Sports North, you can join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall, the exclusive club. Burt will join 1 week from tomorrow. The personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Whitey Ford. Boys in the Hall, Sundays presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. Burt enjoying probably Subway up there in the suite level.
You notice he took that black suit off, Dick.
Don't blame him. Alex Gordon will lead off the 4th inning for Kansas City. And ball 1. Gordon hit a ground ball to second his first time up. Then Billy Butler and Eric Hosmer will hit. Low 2-0. Royals have 2 hits. 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They've had 2 runners in scoring position, but Pavano has left them there. A drive to left center field, hanging in the air for Delman Young. On the track, he makes the catch, 1 away. So Gordon retired, and that'll bring up Butler.
Pavy did a good job against Butler in his first at bat. He came in hard on him and then ended up getting a punch out. We'll see. This is one of those matchups I like to watch. A guy that really likes to hit the ball to a certain field, and a guy like Pavano with very good control and command of all of his pitches.
Down and away, ball 1. Butler has said that he is having a bit of a tough time adjusting to being a full-time designated hitter with the promotion of Eric Hosmer, who is a very good fielding first baseman. That relegates Butler to the DH spot. Swinging a foul, and like a lot of guys, particularly younger guys, they just have a tough time giving up the glove and feeling as involved in the game. Adam Dunn's going through it now for the White Sox. They say that's one of the reasons he's having a tough time in his first year with Chicago, because he's not used to DHing.
It is a tough thing. It's tough to keep. You can go in the tunnel and you can go swing a little bit and you move around, but you just lose. There's kind of a little bit of disconnect from the ball game by not playing a position, for sure.
A towering pop-up to short right field. Plouffe comes in. And he makes the play out number 2. And before Hosmer comes to the plate, I told you earlier about the fan zone. You've got to be 18 or older to participate, but it's free to join. The point of it all, of course, is to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Go to an Arby's on a Friday, pick up an It's a Good Mood Food code card, And then log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, and enter your code for the chance to win. 1 strike to Hosmer, who hit a fly ball to center his first time up. 50 pitches for Pavano, and he's gotten 11 outs. Grounded to second. KCA has it. And Pavano has a quick 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. North is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. Well, we hope your air conditioning is working and you're enjoying Twins baseball tonight. Dick Bramer along with Ron Coomer, with Bert Blyleven getting his day off. Danny Valencia leading off the 4th inning, and he takes a strike. Valencia hit a broken bat line drive to Moustakas his first time up. It'll be Valencia, Plouffe, and Butera here in the Twins 4th. And there's Valencia up there again with 2 strikes. When you talk about, hitter with a good 2-strike approach, to me that generally means you try to cut down on your swing at least just a little bit.
Cut down on your swing. For me, if depending on the pitcher, I choke up just a little bit, get a little more control of the barrel of the bat, and then there's different thoughts of what you're going to look for pitch wise. When I got behind in the count 0-2, 1-2, I looked hard and looked away, and then there were other hitters who tried to take the out pitch or the best breaking ball or something like that, take that away from the pitcher.
Chopped over the mound, and an easy play for Getz. Valencia retired, 1 away. AT&T trivia. Now, you scowled at me last night when I simply said I wasn't sure how much help you were going to be with the trivia question tonight, and you're scowling at me now, so it's all yours. Who are the 5 pitchers to win LCS and World Series games in both leagues?
That's a good question. Now you're scowling at me.
Well, it's all yours. I think Mr. Blyleven's one of them.
I would think so. It would make sense to have a trivia question on your own day, right?
Trevor Plouffe dropped down a bunt single his first time up. Just off the outside corner, 1-1.
He won one of those in maybe the ugliest hat of all time in baseball. The Pirates old hat.
Swing and a miss, with Francis teasing a lot of the right-handed batters with spinning stuff, breaking stuff near the outside corner.
And I think some of our guys, they're looking like they did with Chen the other night early in the game. You know, you got to almost look. You do. You just have to look soft off a guy like this at times, and just give up on the fastball maybe till you get 2 strikes. And if you can do that, you're going to end up being on time with Francis.
2-2. Pulled to third. Moustakas gets a head-high hop. Kloof retired. 2 away. 1 week from today, the Twins will be hosting the Tigers, and it's the second DQ camp night of the year. It's always one of the most popular promotional items of the summer. The first 20,000 fans at the ballpark will get them. First pitch is at 3:10, and to check on ticket availability, call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. 2 gone. Drew Butera is the hitter. Breaking ball around the plate, 1-0. Butera with a fly ball to left. Hit it pretty well and sent Alex Gordon back to the warning track for what was the first out of the second inning. This one hit better. Closer to the line. Gordon going back. It's gone! A home run!
Drew Butera doing a great job of waiting back on off-speed pitch, and he just missed one his first at-bat, and he gets just a little bit better that time. Great swing by Drew.
Home run number 2. He nearly hit one in the second inning. Got one bell tied right down the middle of the plate. So 3-0 Twins. And Nishioka comes to the plate.
Makes for a proud papa. It's dad here at the ball game tonight.
Sal scouting and gets a chance to see a home run tonight. Now Drew doesn't have too many of them, but Sal saw Drew's first one in Philadelphia last year. And combined, they've got 600 home runs. Strike on the outside corner. Tomey not in the lineup tonight. I figure he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. Nice play by Francis. And Nishioka is retired. The Twins get a 2-out solo home run from Drew Butera, and they lead it 3-0. Very special day for Bert Blyleven, as his number 28 was retired by the Twins earlier tonight. Robbie Ince-Makowski, Tim Laudner, Ron Coomer, Bert Blyleven And with all of us here, he gets to do that. Spend time with his family, grandkids. First pitch of the top of the 5th. Popped up right field. And KCA makes the catch. Francoeur quickly retired, 1 away.
Now with Bert being up there, with Bert's countdown to Cooperstown right in front of him and all that, you think he's giving any of his family a hot foot or anything up there?
9 Twins games left, and the number will be 8 as soon as we get through this top of the 5th here. And then 1 week from tomorrow, Bert will be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Second pitch popped up left side of the infield. Nishioka calling off Valencia. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and on a night like tonight, that's a blessing for both Pavano and his fielders behind him. 2 down.
Yeah, I'm looking down at Kevin Seitzer, and he's just shaking his head. That's a rookie mistake right there.
Here's our trivia question. The 5 pitchers to win LCS games and World Series games in both leagues. We think Mr. Blyleven's on the list. Josh Beckett, Oral Hershiser, who did it with Cleveland in the American League. Tommy John and Kurt Schilling.
So I got it right tonight.
Very nice. Very nice. Thanks for your help. Off-speed pitch and strike 2 to Pena. So Pavano has gotten 2 outs and thrown 2 strikes here on just 4 pitches so far in the 5th inning. And Pena just sticks the bat out and dumps a single to left. Pavano threw that pitch exactly where he wanted to, but Pena just trying to make contact, made solid enough contact to get a base hit.
That's where this game just isn't right. You throw a ball that far outside and away and down, and the guy still gets a base hit.
The giveaway tonight, the Bert Blyleven curveball with instructions on how to throw the curveball. Outside to Escobar, and we showed this the other day on the air, and they have nice instruction sheet here on how to throw Bert's curveball, but nowhere listed on here with the pitch outside 2-0. Nowhere listed on here was sticking your tongue out at the hitter.
What about putting pine tar on?
No, that's not on there either. So not the complete instructions on how to throw the Bert Blyleven curveball.
And no matter what we do with this giveaway, nobody's going to be able to make that ball curve like he did. That's for sure.
2-1 with Pavano shaving the outside corner. He has scattered 3 hits, hasn't walked anyone, and is about to throw his 60th pitch, and it might very well end the 5th inning. 2-2. Nice block by Butera. He's done that a handful of times tonight. A few times that the Royals have had base runners on. Asked for a breaking pitch in the dirt, and catcher does a nice job blocking it.
Drew really moves around well back there behind home plate, and that's such a big key for a pitcher who likes to throw a changeup down, or like Bert's curveball in the dirt, to have confidence that you're going to be able to throw that pitch with conviction.
Pena goes. Here's a drive to deep left field. Delman Young going back, and it's gone. Escobar hitting just his 2nd home run. It comes with a man aboard, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Well, right there, Carl getting a fastball up in the zone and in the inner half. And Escobar, as we talked about early in the game, kind of a free swinger. If you throw in where he's going to let it rip, he can do some damage.
Over the inside edge. Escobar gave it a ride, a line drive home run after Pena's 0-2 chip shot into left field, and just like that, the Royals are within 1. Here's Chris Getz. Strike on the inside corner. Chopper right side. KCA flips to end the inning. But the Royals do some two-out hitting, score a pair of runs in the fifth.
Bobby and Smikowski, and I'm in the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle, and I've got the Schultz family. Now, Ron Coomer, Bert's off tonight, so I don't know what we do, but this much we do know. They're getting a $100 gift card compliments of the Minnesota State Lottery. 4 generations, 4 states, 1 team, and they made a sign for Bert on his Hall of Fame night, but are they getting circled by Coom?
Sure. Go ahead and circle him, Coom.
Coom, give him a circle. We get it?
Wow.
There we go. Okay, circled by Ron Coomer because Bert's off tonight.
Circled by Ron. Thanks, Ron.
Coom, welcome to the fraternity.
Thanks, I think, Robbie.
Ben Revere leading off the Twins' fifth in a 1-run game now. Schultz has looked hot. Looks like they'd been out there in the sun and the heat for a while. Revere's reached twice on a couple of soft ground balls. He beat out a hit and scored in the first, and then he hit a chopper to Escobar, who bobbled it, and he reached down the shortstop's error in the third. Three and one to Revere. And another short ground ball. Gets quickly. Today is Bert's day, but it is also my daughter Hannah's birthday. She's way on the right there with the glasses. Happy 14th birthday to my daughter Hannah.
We sang her happy birthday in here earlier today.
I don't think it was the highlight of her birthday.
She did turn a little red.
Yes, yes. Here's Alexi Casilla. And there is strike one. Well, the Twins haven't exactly knocked Francis around here too much. They did get a couple of impressive 2-out hits in the first inning. And Butera's home run, well struck. Casilla has bounced to third and then bunted in front of the plate and was given credit for a sacrifice.
Well, and that's about the time of the game they started getting the chin, too. You know, soft throwing guy sometimes takes a couple at bats to get timing or understand what he's going to do to you. Hopefully the Twins rolling around their third at bat will start getting on some of these off speed pitches by Francis.
2-1 to the Twins' second baseman. And there's a strike. 2-2. Slow breaking ball and a double hit at home plate. That was clocked at 68 miles per hour.
And you could tell the way Lexi swung at that pitch. He was looking for an off-speed pitch, looking breaking ball.
It still couldn't wait long enough.
Still couldn't wait long enough, right.
So whatever is left of his fastball, 85, 86, it looks faster than that. Here's KCA into short center field. Cabrera with the catch, out number 2. You can take the Twins with you wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today and see every Twins game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Go to twinsbaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. In-market blackout rules apply. 2 gone in the 5th, and Mauer, the hitter, hit a ground ball to second, drove in a run in the 1st, and then Francis got him to wave at strike 3 on a breaking pitch. And there's a fastball over the inside corner, and I'll bet you that's the last fastball he sees.
I'm not going to bet you. I would have to agree.
In the dirt, 1-1.
As soon as that pitch was thrown, you could see Joe was looking for it. Just wasn't a strike, but he's definitely sitting off speed and sitting curveball right now.
Hold the string out in front of the changeup, 1-2.
France has done a good job throwing first pitch strikes too, and pitching ahead.
Off the glove of the pitcher, Escobar streaks across, and Mauer is out at first. 1-6-3 on the chopper, and the Twins go down 1-2-3 in the 5th.
Forecast for the Twins game at Target Field brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Well, the series will continue under hot, humid conditions, bright sunshine overhead. First pitch temperature close to 90 degrees.
And Bert Blyleven counting down the number of Coors Lights left in the cooler out there on the sun deck from 9 down to 8. Actually, the number of Twins games left before his induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame. You ever been to Cooperstown or for an induction?
I have not been there. I've had a couple of chances. Actually, you invited me to go. When I
were you on the invite list when we were in Boston? We were going to drive.
Yeah, we were going to go, and I think we ended up playing like an extra inning game the night before.
Melky Cabrera taking strike 1, bluffing a bunt. I was there in 1984. Harmon Killebrew was my broadcast partner back then, and so I was honored to be there for his induction. And I know the Twins have juggled the start time of the game here a week from Sunday, so the fans who have tickets can come and they will watch Bert's induction speech here on the video board. Foul back, still 2 strikes. It'll be Melky Cabrera, Alex Gordon, and Billy Butler in the 6th inning. But it's a pretty special experience just to be there, much less, I mean, you can only imagine what Bert's going through here, being inducted into that very exclusive club. But just to be there and see Sandy Koufax, Cal Ripken, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew, so many of them will be there.
Right.
Still 1-2. Pavano to Cabrera. He has struck him out twice so far here tonight. 70 pitches for the Twins right-hander. He's kept things moving along and has been pitching with a lead almost all night long. Hits the mound. Nishioka can't flag it down, and Cabrera's aboard with a leadoff single.
Cabrera, one of those guys, you leave a fastball up and out over the plate, he's going to pound it. He's since the break, he's come back. It looks like his swing is really locked in. Gets that fastball down, and what I like about him is he knows he can run, and he likes to go right down on top of the baseball. You very seldom see him hit high lazy fly balls. Something for young players to watch that can run, that approach to hitting.
Here's Alex Gordon. Ground ball to second, fly ball to left so far for the Kansas City left fielder. Just off the plate, ball one. Mm-hmm. 1-0 to Alex Gordon. Cabrera goes. Buterra's throw. Safe. Joe West said he got his hands in. Nishioka doesn't agree. From up here, and we're a long way from second base, it did look like Cabrera got his hands in. At least to me.
Now with Nishioka arguing with Joe West, how does that argument go?
Good throw by
Great
Buterra. But it just looked like Cabrera's left hand got there before the tag. No. Nishioka did put the tag on that left wrist. And now Gordon fouls it back, 2-1.
Joe West might be 0 for 2. He called the balk on Pavano, and it didn't have much to do with the game, and now missed the call at second base. That's such a tough call, though, right there. It's such a bang-bang play on a steal like that.
Gordon, foul tip, 2-2. Pavano, we're talking about Francis teasing you with off-speed stuff, and then that fastball has a little extra life to it. That's what we just saw there. Pavano's been throwing a lot of change-ups and breaking balls, and he got that fastball by Alex Gordon. Now missing inside to fill the count.
One thing we've seen tonight is Pavano throwing a lot of inside fastballs in and off the plate. The one home run, he tried to go away, and it ended up coming back over. I think Carl is really making a conscious effort of getting the ball in on the left-handed hitters tonight.
Full count to Gordon. Missed outside. Gordon draws a walk. Hey, Robbie, some people thought that the Twins would have a Bert Blyleven day when the Pittsburgh Pirates were back in first place. Well, we've got Bert Blyleven day, and the Pirates are in first place.
It's unbelievable, isn't it, Dick? Dick just said the Pirates are in first place on Bert Blyleven night. What a night. Bert, of all your days in your baseball career, many big ones, where does tonight rank?
Well, it has to rank right up there, Robbie. Of course, winning the World Series, going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, going to get rabbit ears off my wife. How could it get any better than this right here? Now, again, thank you for the Twins organization. Baby, I love you, but what are you doing?
Gail, come over here. Gail just gave him rabbit ears and ran away. Bert's famous. For those of you that don't know, Bert, when he takes still photos with fans, he always gives the rabbit ears when he takes pictures many times. So you're getting the treatment back.
Double play right here. We need a double play.
So how about your family? Todd said there are not many times when he wants to cry. He wanted to cry when he pulled the drapes off that 28. What's that like for you to hear that, Bert?
It's pretty good. Between Gail and I, we have 6 children. We have 6 children, 6 grandkids, 2 more on the way. That's what it's all about. And, you know, I love my kids and I love my grandkids. And here comes a double play. Oh, shoot.
You almost had a call from left field with your family, Bert.
Well, I'm watching the ball game. I want the Twins to win.
All right, Bert. Congratulations from all of us. We're happy to be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, Twins organization, thank you very much. Thank you to all the fans, too.
All right, Dick.
All right, thank you very much. Boy, it looked like Kadire might have gotten the tag right before Butler got to the bag. But Kadire did come off first base with KCA's throw a little bit high. So one down, could have been a double play, and now Hosmer will hit. At the knees, a strike.
First at bat for Hosmer. Pavano went in hard on him quite a few times. Second at bat went away, and now he starts him off with an off-speed pitch. See what he does here with runners in scoring position.
One and one. Well, they'll be able, they hope, to get one. Valencia on the run. Gets him. The tying run scores. Butler going to second base on a little ground ball. Hosmer driving in his 37th run.
Good pitch right there by Carl. Just a little unfortunate to get the little dribbler. A good pitch. You can always tell kind of the scouting report for hitters and what the pitcher's going to do. You get runners in scoring position. Obviously away and soft is what the report is to get Hosmer out. And after the bomb he hit last night, I can see why.
Yeah. Here's Frank Coor. Doubled into the right field corner his first time up. Popped up to KCA his next time up. Bouncer to third. And Valencia sets and fires. That ends the inning. But Melky Cabrera starts the inning with a single and a stolen base. Royals bring him around to tie the game. In the Coors Light freeze cam, Bert Blyleven honored before the game, his number retired, and 3 jerseys symbolizing his 3 different eras with the Twins: the old style flannels, the double knits, and then the more contemporary version, the frost brewed Coors Light freeze cam. Well, a tie game now. Michael Kadire will lead off the 6th. He's reached twice against Francis. A solid single to right center in the first, and then it sure looked like Francis wanted no part of him in the third with first base open. Walked him on 4 pitches. Down to the left field line and hooking foul. 1-1.
Michael right there sitting on changeup. Saw first pitch changeup, second pitch changeup.
1-1. The lone Twins all-star just off the plate, 2-1. Three and one, Delman Young on deck. You can relate to what Kadire went through. You went to the All-Star game at Fenway Park in '99, and it's a thrilling experience, particularly for the first-timers. Bounce to third. Moustakas fires across to Hosmer, one away. Been a good series in his return to the lineup for Delman Young, our window concept, window of opportunity, featuring what he's done since he's been activated.
Yeah, he's been swinging the bat good, 4 doubles and a couple of ribbies. But to me, every ball that he's hit right there, you look at where his contact point is, and when Delman's swinging good, he's getting ahead of the bat out in front, and he's been swinging pretty good so far since the break.
Struck out in the third, and he waves at the first pitch from Francis here in the sixth. 6 hits, 4 doubles, including an RBI double in the first inning tonight. 1-1. That's to center. Cabrera charging, makes the catch, out number 2. 2 down. Let's find Robbie Ince-Mikowski.
Well, guys, if you missed it earlier, Marnie Gellner live from Wisconsin Dells, and there's plenty to do at the Dells, including the Mount Olympus Water and Theme Parks. The centerpiece of the outdoor water park at Mount Olympus is its huge wave pool. 9-foot waves every 90 seconds. Check out the real sand beach as well. The racing slides, they're a big hit, especially for anyone who needs to be competitive. Even at the water park, guys like Coombe, you can do that. Catch Marty in the postgame show tonight with a lot more from Wisconsin Dells. Coombe, last year, if I remember correctly, you were getting a massage while you were on the job. Is that right?
Someone had to do it. It was not one of my better moments in TV, that's for sure.
I don't remember seeing it. What was his name? What was you had?
Excuse you?
It was a masseur that you had.
That would be a no answer.
Oh, it was a woman. Okay. 1-1. First pitch to Valencia, clocked at 68 miles per hour. Lifted to left, carrying out to Gordon. It's hard to hit the ball a long ways when it's coming in so softly. And Francis has set down 7 men in a row. Game, the Twins and Royals knotted at 3.
Terrell with a great swing right there, hitting one in the left field seats, just missing his second home run, and then Escobar doing the same thing on a 3-2 pitch, hitting a line drive in the flower beds. And then Hosmer driving in this last run on a little sinker in the infield. That great pitch by Pavano, but gets his 3-3.
And we head to the 7th inning. Pavano will face the bottom third of the Kansas City lineup, Moustakas, Pena, and Escobar. Moustakas 0 for 2, a fly ball to center, a pop up to short. And Pavano's thrown 83 pitches so far on the night. Strike at the knees.
Mustafa's, he's getting a steady diet of changeups so far this ball game. He'll
fastball in off the plate, 1-1.
That's the pitch right there. Carl just has not gotten called tonight, and he's just missed inside a few times.
And he misses inside again, 2-1. Tap foul, 2-2. The White Sox shut out the Tigers 5-0. The Tigers, having lost the first two games out of the break with their two best starting pitchers, Verlander and Scherzer, starting. Tapped up the line, foul. And the Orioles are hoping to end a 9-game losing streak. They're leading the Indians 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Twins get the first 3 runs here tonight. Royals got the next 3. And now 2-2 to the leadoff man in the 7th. To center. Revere coming in. 1 away. And that'll bring up Brian Pena. Time now for the Century Link high-speed pitch. Pavano in the low 90s, 91. Jeff Francis, they say, has hit 88, but he's only thrown, it seems, 3 or 4 of those.
Are we gunning him in the bullpen? Because I haven't seen 88 out here on the field yet. We've seen 66, but not 88.
1 strike to Pena. It was Pena's 2-strike chip shot to left field in front of Escobar's home run that first got the Royals on the board. Pavano had him 0-2, and Pena just tried to make contact, and he did, lifting one over the head of Nishioka into left field. And then Escobar hit the line drive home run. That's a foul ball. And Pena, with his at bat still alive. Pena, of course, the catcher for Kansas City when Denard Span tried to get an inside the park home run in Kansas City. And Denard suffered a little bit of whiplash, the concussion symptoms that he's been cleared from now. Pena leans back, and I think Pavano thought he had enough of the plate to get the strike call.
Carl has that, what I used to call when I was playing, the lane changer. They throw the ball at you and it cuts back over the plate. That's a great pitch. Tough pitch to swing at because it kind of freezes you at home plate.
Pavano and Butera to chat.
For the game today, the 8 and 9 hitters for KC, 2 for 3 with 2 runs. You wouldn't expect them to be doing all the damage tonight.
One and 2 to Brian Pena. Fouled away. Pena has caught all of Jeff Francis's starts this year. He and the shortstop Escobar, the next hitter, both Cuban natives, defected from Cuba. And there's another 2-strike hit to the opposite field by Brian Pena. He's given the Royals a couple of big at bats against the veteran Pavano. So he's aboard with 1 out in the 7th. Twins and Indians play on Tuesday night at Target Field. And it's a Sports Authority value pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank home run porch. Get a free Schweigert's hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets are limited for Tuesday's game, so call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Escobar with a bunt single and a 2-run home run. Up high, ball 1.
2-run home run, a 3-2 fastball. I would expect Carl to start spinning some pitches up there to Escobar and see how he handles some breaking pitches.
Pena goes, and the pitch lifted to right field. Pena around second. He'll be doubled off. He has no idea now. He just discovers that Plouffe caught the ball in right field. Twins catch a break on a base running mistake. It's a 7th inning stretch now, brought to you by Medica.
Sing along with T. They're going to lead us in baseball's anthem, Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
And fans as well.
What do you think of that?
He's been circled. And the Twins hoping to regain the lead here as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Trevor Plouffe will lead things off. And there's a first pitch fastball from Jeff Francis. Plouffe with a bunt single in the second, thrown out trying to steal. And then he hit a ground ball to Moustakas. That's hit to right center field. And Cabrera back toward the gap. Makes the catch, 1 away. Twins haven't done anything with Francis since Butera's solo home run in the 4th. And they hadn't gotten a hit since Plouffe's single leading off the second before that.
Well, and it's pitches like that. That's a perfect pitch by Francis. His little changeup off the plate just a little bit away. He's had good command since the middle of the ball game with his off-speed pitches, and he's mixed up a couple fastballs inside to keep the Twins hitters honest.
Here's Butera, deep fly to left and a deeper fly to left that went over the fence. Ball 1. Two and 0. With Moustakas playing almost back by the outfield grass, Butera threatened to bunt, took a strike.
don't know if I like that play. He's almost hit 2 home runs tonight. You're swinging good.
And now 2-2. Coors Light cold hard blast coming from the bat of Drew Butera in the 4th inning.
Drew getting a pitch. He entered third and just pounding it to left field in the seats. Good catch out there in left field.
Breaking ball tapped to third. Pitch clock 71 miles per hour. It gets Butera to tap out for the 2nd out of the 7th.
And I guess we're finding out that there is something to be said about throwing under the hitting speed.
Yeah. Pepsi Max in-game box score. That's what the Twins have done. Got a couple of runs in the first, the Butera home run in the 4th. A grand total of 5 hits tonight after scoring just 1 run on a wild pitch last night. And the Royals haven't pitched this well this year. Their team ERA has been reduced by about a half a run from where it was at the end of last year. But there's less concern, I think, for them around the position players, among the position players, than there is now among the starting pitchers.
Yeah, starting pitching has been their Achilles heel this year, and you know they got their prospects up here who we've heard about for the last year or so.
One and two.
So far since the break, Chin threw a decent ball game, went to the middle of the game, and O'Shaver obviously yesterday only giving up 1 run, threw the ball pretty well, and Francis today has thrown well.
Fastball tapped to first. Easy play for Hosmer, and another 1-2-3 inning for Jeff Francis, his 3rd in a row. Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry real fruit smoothie today. By the new Quest 5-year price lock promise. Visit quest.com/promise for details. And by Goldman Sachs, for all the reasons you invest. Mutual funds from Goldman Sachs.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated against. No, last time I did that, I screwed that up. Without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
You know, last Saturday, Tom Kelly read that in Chicago.
I heard that.
He did a fine job, too. I always gave Bertle maybe more credit than I should have for reading it so well. Everybody can read it. Glenn Perkins, the new Twins pitcher. He delivers ball 1 to Chris Getz. Now strike 1. With the numbers that Perkins has put up this year, very good numbers. At the knees, a good fastball at 95. Perkins has been mentioned by Ron Gardenhire's closer candidate. The Twins did switch closers after the game last night. They notified Matt Capps and Joe Nathan that they would switch roles yet once again. And with the memory of what happened to Matt Capps and the Twins last night in the 9th inning, very fresh in everybody's mind, we should point out something we weren't aware of last night. Glenn Perkins was not even available last night. He took a throw during warm-up. Bouncer to first, easy play for Kadire. He got hit in the shin, his right shin, right on the bone, and he had a lot of swelling in his ankle area and was not available to pitch last night for the Twins. And it was bothering him some today, but he thought he'd be ready to go. And the manager said that he had a lot of swelling in the left leg. It's his plant leg. So the Twins had to try to get through the game without their top left-handed reliever. And obviously it didn't work out too well. But again, the headline with Perkins sailing on to the backstop. The headline out of all of that, not Perkins' ankle, but the fact that the Twins have switched the roles for Nathan and Capps again.
Well, and we talked about it a little bit in the pregame and in the open. You know, Capsey's just misfired a few times, you know, leaving balls up and out over the plate, and it's every time he's done it here as of late, it's cost him. The other thing with Joe Nathan is obviously he looks healthy again in throwing his pitches. His fastball is starting to get a little more velocity to it. His breaking pitch looks a little sharper than it did early in the year. And the time, year and a half, is kind of that time that they think it takes to come back from the surgery to be back healthy 100%. And that's where we're at.
2-2 to Cabrera. And Nathan had a quick 1-2-3 eighth inning, and the problem started with the leadoff walk to Cabrera, leading off the 9th inning. Matt Capps on the mound for that. And there's a strikeout of Cabrera, and out number 2.
Good pitch by Perk, down and in. Here you see the slider. And what's happened with Perkins is now, since he's been a bullpen guy and his velocity's gone up 4 or 5 miles per hour, now he gets guys to swing at that breaking ball down and in. Great pitch.
No better place to gather your business, church, or family group than Target Field. There's some dates in the second half of the year that might be the perfect fit for you. Give a call to 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com/groups. Check out the options available to groups 25 or more. 2 strikes quickly to Alex Gordon. One other note on the closer situation for the Twins. Nathan is the closer, but the Twins don't want to use him 3 days in a row. They're just getting to the point now where they're using him on back-to-back days. Gordon gone quickly. And for that matter, the Royals gone quickly in the top of the 8th.
deadlocked at 3 between the Twins and the Royals, and we're going to break it all down, win or loss, on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. We're going to talk about Drew Butera blasting off that long home run to left field. Almost had 2 home runs in the ballgame tonight. Playing the sack bunt is Orange Structural tonight with Ron Coomer and Tim Laudner. And Marnie Gellner live from the Wisconsin Dells. She's got more fun things to do. Great vacation spot from Wisconsin Dells. It's all coming your way on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, immediately following the final pitch, Dick Bramer.
Thank you, Robbie Itzmakowski. Ben Revere taking inside, leading off the bottom of the 8th against Jeff Francis, who has thrown now 98 pitches. Revere with an infield hit. He's reached on an error and tapped to second. Here's a tapper up the line to Jerry White. 1-1.
Since Francis has gave up the home run to Drew, he's retired the last 10, and he's really kind of found that breaking pitch and kept the Twins hitters a little honest with the fastball inside and really kind of settled into the ballgame.
1-1 to Revere. There's a bunt. He tried to get it by the left-hander, who makes a nice play to get him. Jeff Francis with a great fielding play, flipping it out of his glove to Eric Hosmer.
Outstanding play, very athletic, as your old partner Bert Blyleven say, the most athletic guy, maybe not so much, but great play, great glove flip right there. And I think Herbie's divot was just a little bit over to the other side, but same side of the field, I believe.
That's a great play, getting rid of it as quickly as he did with a little something on it.
Well, and as a left-hander too, going that way isn't natural. You see him having to flip the ball. Great job right there. We don't work on that. That's not a PFP play right there, Dick.
Wow. So Revere retired, and Alexi Casilla will hit. Not many left-handed pitchers, I don't think, who could be agile enough to make that play. You could see what Revere was trying to do, bunt the ball hard past the pitcher, and Francis recovered in time to get him. Now wide of the plate, 1-1. Casilla looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice.
Most left-handed pitchers end up falling off to that third base side of the mound. The one thing with Francis, he's in a pretty good fielding position when he gets done throwing the ball.
To right field, blocked by Francoeur, and Casilla will hold up with a single. Francoeur nearly made a great play, but he also nearly made a critical mistake. If he doesn't get at least a part of that ball, Casilla might run a lap.
That's a pretty risky play in the 8th inning in a tie ball game. You see right here, the replay, good swing by Lexi, letting that ball get to him. But
it almost hit him in the face.
Yep.
Well, in the rib cage, I guess. So Casilla aboard, and Mauer at the plate.
Major defensive change by the Royals too in the infield. You see the shortstop playing right behind second base.
There's the first pitch, fastball for a strike. Indians making some noise. They have 3 in the top of the 9th against Kevin Gregg. It's 6-5 Baltimore. 2 outs.
It's always interesting to me with scouting reports. You know, Joe likes to hit the ball the other way and back through the middle. They take away the hole between short and third with the third baseman, and then the base hit, the ground ball that he hits up the middle.
One and one. Twins 1 for 2 in stolen bases early in the game. Revere stole third, and then in the second inning, Plouffe was out trying to steal second. You see a 13 for 16 stolen base department. Rolls a base hit through the right side, and Casilla will round second and go to third. And Mauer gets his first hit, and the Twins get the go-ahead run at third.
Great piece of hitting right there by Joe Mauer, sitting on the off-speed pitch and rolling it through the hole. Twins got something going here, first and third, and 1 out.
Ned Yost coming to the mound.
You see how deep he let that ball get to him, Dick. That's perfect swing by Joe, using the hole.
And you know right there why the Twins didn't send KCA to try to steal a base. We often talk about leaving that hole open, and Mauer put it right through the hole. Good outing for Jeff Francis. Not much run support. He can't win the game. He may lose it.
FoxSportsNorth.com and check out Game Connect. It's a revolutionary interactive tool available during all Twins games. Game Connect combines a lot of things: compelling statistical visualizations with conversation on social websites such as Twitter to create a truly unique way for fans to become involved in the broadcast experience. Log on right now, FoxSportsNorth.com, and check out Game Connect. Dick Bramer, Ron Coomer.
Well, thank you very much, Robbie. Aaron Crow, the lone Kansas City All-Star, will face Michael Kadire, the lone Minnesota Twin All-Star.
Well, you see Crow right there, 37 games. He's definitely a guy with a good arm, good power arm, and has had a really good year so far for the Kansas City Royals with a bullpen outside of Soria that's kind of struggled a little bit.
Kadire, last time he faced Crow, hit a home run against him. Up and away, ball one. Crow did not pitch in the All-Star game. He became ill in Phoenix and was not available to play at all, but quite a thrill for a young man they think eventually will gravitate into the starting rotation. Kadire takes a strike, 1-1.
After seeing Francis, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball's got to look like about 200 miles an hour after seeing 66-mile-an-hour breaking pitches.
1-1 to Kadire. 1-2. Lost in the disappointment of the end of the game last night was the fact that earlier the Twins had situations like this that they did not take advantage of. And so now in a tie game in the 8th inning, a great chance to get the go-ahead run in very late in the game. 1-2. Kadire fights it off into center field, down for a hit. KCA will score. Mauer going to third, and Kadire delivers a big hit to put the Twins back in front.
Great approach right there by Mike. He did it in the first inning, hit the line drive base hit to right center. He waits on an off-speed pitch again and shoots one the other way. Yesterday, as we said earlier today, Dick, he got a little pull conscious and wanted to do a little too much. Today, staying with that breaking ball, and great swing right there. That's what the Twins needed to get ahead in this ball game. Good at bat.
So Kadire in a 1-2 pitch delivers a key hit. The Twins are back in front. First and third again with one out for Delman Young. Chopper to third. And Moustakas fires high home. And now Mauer trying to stay in a rundown. And he is tagged out. But he stayed in the rundown long enough for both runners to advance. The very thing, one of several things, Matt Tolbert was disappointed in himself in the 9th inning last night.
Well, he was Matt Tolbert yesterday was going to be out for sure, and he needed to pull up and do just what Joe Mauer did. It keeps us out of the double play, and Joe does a very good job. And then recognizing there's really nobody at home until the pitcher gets there late. But a very good job by Joe Mauer of keeping the Twins rally alive here by getting in the rundown.
So second and third, 2 away, and Valencia at the plate. Orioles did beat the Indians 6-5. The White Sox beat Detroit, so the Twins retaking the lead here and a chance to pick up ground on the top 2 teams in the division. Ball 1. Valencia 0 for 3. This might be the first time in an at-bat that he hasn't fallen behind 0-2. His 47 runs batted in lead the team. Breaking pitch away. Big swing and a miss, 1-1.
And obviously Crow's best pitch is a slider that he saw right there. It'd be a good idea. Danny looking to hit one out of the ballpark with that swing. He hits one to right center at that 403 sign. He'll be running for a long time.
A little nubber. Crow fields, throws, and Hosmer fields the low throw. The Twins get the go-ahead run, leave a couple of runners aboard, and Joe Nathan will get the save opportunity when we come back. Trying to win one for Bert Blyleven, who is having his day after his number was retired, and the Twins have taken the lead 4-3. And as Ron Gardenhire said this afternoon, the Twins have switched closers. They went to both Joe Nathan and Matt Capps after the game last night. Rick Anderson informing both that they would switch roles, and so Nathan back where he was for so many years and back where he was at the start of this season.
Joe, after the surgery, now, being a year and a half, the time has gone by where you feel like his arm is 100%. We've seen the velocity start improving, his breaking ball a little sharper. Hopefully we're going to get a little better result, and Joe will be back in the closer role doing the job we've seen him do for a long time.
He'll face the middle of the Kansas City lineup: Butler, Hosmer, and Francoeur. Strike one. By the way, Ron Gardenhire not here at the ballpark. He left after the pregame ceremony, has handed the managerial duties over to Scott Ulger. Ron hasn't been feeling well the last couple of days, so we wish him the best. And hope he's back with us tomorrow. Slow breaking ball over the inside corner, 0-2.
And that's the pitch right there. Kind of buckles Butler just a little bit, just enough, because of the good arm strength that Joe is starting to get now. Great pitch right there.
Sliced foul. In last night's game, Nathan faced Trainer, Escobar, and Getz, and threw only 15 pitches in a quick 1-2-3 inning. Butler's 0 for 3, Hosmer's 0 for 3, Francoeur 1 for 3 tonight against Carl Pavano. Popped up right side. KCA out. Repko in right field. He was playing back by the warning track, so KCA makes the catch, one away. Jimmy John's delivery of the game provided by Michael Kadire in the bottom of the 8th.
Great swing right there by Mike, taking that breaking ball and driving in the go-ahead run for the Minnesota Twins.
And now Eric Hosmer, who broke a lot of hearts here last night in the 9th inning. A 2-run home run against Matt Capps. That gave the Royals eventually a 2-1 win. Hosmer got 2 high fastballs, swung through the first one and creamed the second one. Ball 1.
And I know the old rule of thumb with closers is if you get beat away and the guy goes opposite field, you tip your hat. You don't want to get beat on a pitch that's inside. We'll see what Joe does here. First pitch is a breaking ball away.
And Hosmer tried to tie the game with a home run swing there. He did more than tie the game last night.
This pitch right there, they were trying to go in, and you leave the ball out over the plate. 21-year-old man, strong young kid. He pounded that ball to center field off the hitting background.
1-1. Fastball sails away. And now 3-1. Of course, the home run was one thing. The leadoff walk last night in the 9th inning was what really hurt. So Nathan doesn't want to issue a free pass to Hosmer here with Francoeur on deck. Rolled through the right side, and Hosmer gets a single here in the 9th inning in game 3. And that'll bring up Francoeur.
Good pitch down in the zone. Michael Kadire at first base is playing no doubles and guarding the line. That ball hit right through the hole.
Francoeur doubled into the right field corner back in the 2nd inning. Since then, a pop up to second and a ground ball to third. Snap bat and a little pop up in foul ground. Out number 2. Oh, Francoeur really got sawed off. The business end of the bat ended out near Nishioka at short.
Great pitch right there. That's not a good feeling. That hurts. But the first at bat, Francoeur hit the double down the right field line on a pitch away, and then Pavano started going inside on Francoeur, and they just stayed with the program going in and got a couple outs in a row from Francoeur.
Mike Moustakas 0 for 3 tonight. He's hit the ball in the air 3 times. Twice to Ben Revere. Up and away, ball 1. There goes the runner. Butera can't get a grip on the ball. And Hosmer steals second base. So now the tying run in scoring position. Hosmer with just his third steal in 5 tries.
Got a great jump right there, and Joe really not paying much attention to Hosmer at first base, just trying to get the hitter. And that's kind of a common thing for closers. You get the hitter, you usually end up with the save.
Two 2-0 to Moustakas. At the knees. A little bit of a wrinkle, a slider, it looked like. 2-1.
They've got Moustakas all night on off-speed pitches. See if Joe just stays with the off-speed pitches to get him to hopefully pop out again.
Two and one to the Royals' third baseman. Popped up right side. KCA out. And Repko with the catch to end the ball game. And Nathan jumps back into the closer's role with a save.
Great job right there by Joe Nathan. Big win.
And the Twins, who got the first 3 runs, Kevin Gorg, end up getting one in the 8th. And Joe Nathan makes that run stand up.
Yeah, different story tonight. A much happier crowd leaving Target Field. Stay with us, guys, for Twins.